Well, I was going to go to the range today, and I went there, and it was jam-packed with people. And I just can't do that. I can't wait around. And as soon as I pulled up, some guy was shooting 25 yards in the self-defense lane. What an inconsiderate dick. I hate people like that. I felt like going up to him and saying, "What are you, an asshole? You're taking up the self-defense line, and you're shooting 25 yards in the self-defense lane?" I said, I just was wasn't in the right mood. I was getting real heated. Just already I was getting aggravated before I was there. So I said, you know what? I don't want to cause turmoil here because it's the only gun range I belong to. I need to turn my ass around, relax, and come back tomorrow. So that's what I'm going to do. But I have been getting a lot of requests about doing a disassembly on the Glock, any Glock. They're pretty much the same. The Glock slide, like a full disassembly on it. So I will do that. Alright, hold on. Alright, got my, I'm going to do this off the cuff. We'll see how it happens. I haven't done it in a while. I have done it before, but we'll see. It's not too complicated. I don't think it is. Got my gunsmithing screwdriver set. Make sure you get a gunsmithing screwdriver set, not just a screwdriver set, because it don't fit in the parts right. You want to make sure it's a gunsmithing one. There is a difference. There's definitely a difference. I mean, you can get away with a regular screwdriver one, but it's not good for the gun. You're going to mess up your parts. Okay, well, first things first is safety. And we are going to, I do carry this, and this is my carry Glock. I love this thing. I got 400 rounds through it, and not one single issue. I just put this Packmeyer grip on there. Sweet looking, ain't it? So there is hollow points in there, pretty big ones. As they say, they look like ashtrays. Man, I don't want to get hit by that. Check the chamber. Chamber's good, it's all clear. Slide back. Safe direction. Pull the trigger. Take the slide off, okay? We're not doing the frame. I'm going to put that aside. We're doing the slide. I hope you can see what the hell I'm doing. Okay, first thing you do is take the guide rod recoil spring out. And then, as you see in the Gen 4, it's captured. It's one unit. And I've had no problems with this. It's running really nice. Very nice. I just can't get used to the Glock's trigger. I even put a 3.5 pound in there, and I still can't shoot like I can with a 1911. But okay, now everything's held in place by pressure. Everything. So even the extractor, that's held in by pressure. As soon as you remove this back plate right here, everything comes out and it relieves all the pressure of everything, pretty much. Okay, so what I got to do is to remove this back plate is there's a spring in here, and it's right under this latch. Because I don't know Glocks like I know 1911, so my gun terminology is going to blow. Okay, so what I'm going to do is get myself a little screwdriver. Normally I don't like using metal against plastic, but in this case I'm probably going to have to, because that's the tools I have. Okay, so what you do is just get this in there, push it forward, and it takes the pressure off the back plate, and then you pull the back plate off. Let me try that again. You want to use this kind of mat because it keeps everything from slipping. You know what I mean? There it goes. And what I did was I just moved this, I depressed this spring this way, and it took pressure off that. And at the same time, you got to hold it and then take the plate out. Now when I take the plate out, there's going to be springs in here that hold stuff together. I will tell you. Let me zoom in closer. Would that be wide or T? It'd be T, right? What does T mean? I know W means What the fuck's W mean? I guess it means wide. What's T mean? I don't know what T means. You guys know what T means on the video camera? Tight? I don't know. Alright, here come. I'm gonna replace this plate, something with some kind of design on it, but I ain't sure what I want to do yet. So I can't find a design I like. That iron cross is really cool. Everything else looks a little tacky, so I'm just gonna wait till I see something really cool. So I'm gonna take this plate off with my finger over this, because this will shoot out. There's your little plate. Okay. And now, this spring, like I said, I don't know the terminology because I'm not a Glock fanatic, but I know how to take them apart. This spring, this plunger, goes down through the slide and puts pressure on the extractor. So when I remove this spring, it'll take pressure off the extractor. But the first thing I want to take out is the striker firing pin assembly, which is in here, and it just comes right out. See? Oh, see, and let me show you. 400 rounds has been through this so far, plus the stuff at the factory. And see how much dirt's in there? But I really don't do this. I wouldn't recommend doing this. I'd wait for at least maybe every 1,000 rounds I would do it. And you don't even have to do it every 1,000 rounds. This is well lubricated. It still looks pretty clean. A little bit of dirt on the firing pin, that's all. And this is called a striker firing pin assembly. It's a different system. Works on a spring. Not sure exactly, so I'm not going to pretend I know. Now this plunger I'm going to take out, that's holding this extractor in. Okay, so watch, when I take the plunger out, see it? This presses on the extractor and keeps the extractor in its place where it needs to be. Now when I'm done stripping this slide, I will not use it to protect myself until I get it to the range again. And I strongly recommend you do the same thing. If you're going to do a full strip on any gun, make sure it's a couple days before you go to the range. Okay? Now what I'll do is, the next time we go to the range, I'm bringing the Beretta M9, but I'm going to bring my Glock too, and I'm just going to put 10 rounds to it. Pop, 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 just to make sure it cycles. I'm not going to do 50 rounds or anything. Just to make sure it's okay. But when I'm done doing this, I will not use this for protection. I'll have to use something else. This part here has spring pressure on it, and it kind of locks in the extractor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the extractor around, and then this is going to pop out. I hope. Okay. You see what I'm doing, bitch? Make sure you look at everything before you take it out. There you go. See this little piston? This little plunger? That locks in and holds the extractor in. Don't know the name of it. I know you guys are going to be... That's this. This is that. Okay, good. Thank you. I learned. Okay, but I just take things apart and I can just figure stuff out. It's just something I can do. Alright, now, thank God. See, I wasn't looking how this was in. Okay, it was in like that. Now, before you take this out, you want to look at how the extractor's in before you take it out, because you don't want to you can't put it in backwards. It won't go together. I'm just saying. It'll save you a lot of bullshit. Now, I'm looking at it the way it goes in. There is a way it goes in. There's a certain way. There's a certain angle. It looks like a certain angle, and it's all shaped weird. And just make sure you take it out the same way you put it in. Put it in the same way you take it out. Talk backwards much? And I think that is it. That's all. That's all it's involved with the Glock slide. Ain't that amazing? There ain't too much in a 1911 slide either. It's very, very simple. So what I'm going to do now is, while I have it apart, I guess I could clean it, but I don't. It's not that dirty. But you want to clean down in there in the channel where the striker system sits inside there, and all that shit. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, we're going to put it back together again. Just reverse the steps. As you can see, there's Nothing in the slide. It's bone. It's a skeleton. There's nothing left to take off. And you should learn how to do this because you want to give your gun every 1,000 rounds or a few thousand rounds a real thorough cleaning. So the first thing I'm going to do is put the extractor back in. I'm going to look at the angle. It's kind of on a 45. Pretty much goes right in. Okay, now I'm going to put in the plunger that locks it in. So what I have to do is move shit around. Pretty simple. Okay, that's already in. Just push it in and you lock the extractor in at the same time. Pretty simple. Okay, now the next thing I do is I'm going to put this this plunger in with the spring, which keeps pressure on the extractor. Okay, so that's just going to drop right in that hole there, just like that. And then when the plate goes on, it'll push down and I'll have my extractor tension, which is a beautiful thing. Okay, the next thing I'm going to put in is the striker system, striker firing pin system, and it's pretty much that faces up. Make sure you look at things before you take it out, and it just goes right back in again. You want to feel that spring tension right there. Okay, they both have spring tension on them. Okay, now I'm going to put in my back plate for my Glock. A lot of guys get them custom ones that have designs on them. I'm still looking for one, not sure which kind I like. And I'm going to carefully just sit it there until I get the spring tension off. And then I'm going to have to push this and this down, one thing at a time. First I'll push this down to get it started. Damn, I'm sorry. Wait, let me get something so you can see what the frig I'm doing. I'm not good at these kind of overhead camera videos. I suck. Okay. Rest it in there. Make sure it's in the right direction. I want to get this big ass punch just to push the side of it, just so I can work this thing down a little. Okay. It's a little crooked, so I'm going to pull the other side. Okay. Now it's halfway down. Now I got to get past this next spring. So I need a littler punch. Boy, you got to get yourself some plastic punches because you are going to chew these guns up. It ain't going to hurt it to do it once. Okay. Plastic punch. Don't have one, so I'm going to use a steel punch just to push that in. It's not under a lot of pressure. And just to get that down even more. Now I'm going to push it all the way till it locks. And that's it. Everything's in there. Test everything, just touch everything, make sure that plunger goes up and down, make sure there's spring tension, move that up, make sure there's same kind of spring tension on here, which there is. It's pretty much back to normal. Now the next thing I'm going to do, sorry about the terminology guys, like I said, I'm not a Glock dude, I just know how to take them apart, you know what I mean? I'm a 1911 dude, but I need to become a Glock dude. A Glock dude, so you guys know you new gun guys know what the hell I'm talking about. Usually I'm a stickler about gun terminology, but everyone keeps asking me to do a disassembly on this, and I just don't have the time right now to sit there and study. You know what I mean? I just know I know how to do this. So this is what I'm doing. Pretty simple, huh? Pretty simple. So now we got to do now is put the gun together and give it a good function test with some snap caps, just to make sure we're kinda in the ballpark and the thing's gonna might work. Where do you learn how to talk? Gonna might work. Gonna might work. Let me see. I need some 40 caliber snap caps. You think I'd be ready, you know? I'm not one of those ready dudes. Usually I am. There's one. There's two. I thought I had another one in here. I have a cool one. This is a cool one. There's three. Is there four? Could there be four? There's four. Alright, at least I can run four through there. That's cool. That's good enough. Okay, I'm going to put the basic field strip back together now. Barrel goes in this way. Let me show you something. Want to see something neat? Remember before when you, if you're a Glock guy, you'll notice. If you're a SIG guy, you'll notice. After 50 rounds, you would get that smiley face on the barrel right here. You would get the wearing out mark. After 50 rounds, you would get it. 50 rounds. Glock has this superb, unbelievable, durable, new finish they put on their barrels. This barrel has 400 and some rounds through it. Check it out. Nothing. I'm talking nothing. I got nothing. Huh? Nice clean barrel there, ain't it? Nowhere. I'm telling you, man. I love the new finish. I mean, as far as that goes, the barrel finishes, Glock's got a big jump on all the other gun manufacturers. Now, the first place, the very first place, any Glock owner will agree with me, you see wear on a Glock barrel, even after 50 rounds, is right here on the top. Right on the top of the block of the barrel right there. You'll start to see that corner start to show. The steel will start coming out. Checked it out, man. Very, 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 very little. And look at the top of the barrel. I'm spinning it. I'm spinning it. Nowhere. Amazing. 400 and some rounds. 400 and some rounds. I'm floored. So the other gun companies need to ask Glock, can you please give us your recipe? Jeez. That's genius. So I'm just dropping the barrel in. Normal field strip. Slide it back, lock it in. Capture the recoil spring. Oh man. I don't want to use the right gun terminology because this way it'll give somebody something to complain about, because, you know, there's guys that just love to complain and try to make it look stupid. So there's your material, guys. Have at it. Okay, there it is. Let's put the slide back on. The frame. And remember with Glocks, very little oil. Very, very little oil. When I oil my Glocks, I put a drop. A drop. A drop. A drop. What the hell's that? Fuzz. Okay, fuzz bunnies. Just a drop, and that's it. You don't need a lot of lubrication with Glocks. There's barely any friction when it's, you know, recoiling back and forth. There's not a lot of friction. That's why they last so long. But you do need some lubrication. You should have some. Okay, that's another good thing about Glocks. Okay, you put it on and just rack the slide. Rack the slide. Make sure it's alright. Check the trigger. Yeah, sounds good. Feels good. Okay, let's load the magazine up with some snap caps. Damn. Another thing famous about Glock, if you're not familiar with them guys and you're thinking about getting one, their magazine capacity is off the hook. They hold a lot of ammo, baby. Okay, let's put the Superior snap cap first and the shitty cheap ones. Why does that one snap cap have a black head on it? I'll tell you when I'm done. Okay. Good. 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 Well, she's functioning fine so far. That's the best I can do as far as a function test. That's you know, it's as far as I can go in my house with it. Awesome. I got aftermarket parts in this thing up the ass. I got a 3.5 trigger. I got the extended slide stop. I got the extended slide release. And a 3.5 pound trigger. And it's gone 400 rounds so far with no malfunctions. So don't be afraid of your guns. Don't be afraid to put parts in your guns. Okay? YouTube it. Most of the time you'll find someone that kind of knows what they're doing, and you'll be fine. But you'll be able to tell the difference. Where the hell did my snap caps go? Oh, man. I wanted to show you the one with the black ink on it. Do you know why I had black ink on that? Well, my other Glock was jamming. The other Gen 4 I had was jamming, and I was trying to find the spots it was rubbing. Any rough spots where the round had problems feeding or moving. So what I did was, you get some, they call it layout ink. Layout ink. You get some layout ink. You can get it at any machine shop or maybe Harbor Freight, and just get half the round and just color the whole thing in solid black, let it dry, and then rack it through the gun a couple times and see if there's any severe scratches or rub-off marks, just to try to track down the problem, what's going on. That's what I did, and that's what I did. That's why I did that. And it had all kind of scalges in it and everything. And I don't know if that was causing it, but I was just trying to track the problem down. Was it a success? Not really, because I'm not a professional. That was just my way of checking it. Alright guys, I hope you liked the video. Tomorrow we're going to go to the range with the Beretta M9. See you later.